Hello, everyone. I'm here to expose Ciara again. I know I've talked about this in other videos, but I would like to go into further explanation on her character and her behavior towards me. So, for those who are kind of just now getting brushed up on her, she is my trafficker, and she is somebody that I'm related to. I'm not exactly, because there are a lot of lies and secrets that were kept from me, I'm not exactly sure the relationship that I have with her, like as far as like kinship, but I know that she's blood related. So my experience with her has been very horrible because Ciara has personally exploited me out of my life, out of my funds, out of my resources, out of my connections with healthy people. She's done a lot to ruin my life and destroy that and keep me quiet, keep me under control, keep me in this victim narcissist dynamic. She's done a lot to destroy the lives of a lot of people. I'm not the only person that she's destroyed, but because I'm talking about myself, I can only really tell you my side of the story. So, as far back as I can remember, she and I, we went to school together. And apparently she had known who I was for a very long time, before I knew who she was. Now, at first, she came off as somebody that was kind. That's the image that she portrayed to me to gain my trust, to gain my respect, to be close. She came off as somebody that was kind and sweet and gentle and concerned. She displayed compassion, but it wasn't exactly genuine. So let me fast forward past what I've already said in other videos. So let's get to the point where we are in high school. Apparently, she had been drugging me for a very long time. She had been putting drugs in my drinks, like whether I had, something to drink, whatever it was that I had to drink, she was drugging me, and she was putting fecal matter into my food. She had been doing this for many, many years because of envy. She did not want to see my She did not want to see my success. She did not want to see me grow and progress into the person that I try to be on a daily basis. She did not like when I had friends. She did not like when anyone showed me any bit of love, compassion, respect. It really made her angry, so angry to where the mask came off. She became an entirely different person from what she displayed in the beginning of the connection. Now, in the beginning of the connection, she did everything that she could to earn my trust, to get close with me. And then after a certain point of time, I'd say during high school, that's when the mask slowly started to slip off. Not completely, but it definitely started to slip off. Aside from the fact that she was drugging me and putting shit in my food. She put shit in my food. She had been putting shit in my food. Excuse my French. But she had been putting fecal waste into my food without my knowledge. This is somebody that I trusted, that I thought was my best friend. And she betrayed my trust by doing me dirty like that. And during the times where she would drug me, she would force me. I repeat, she would force me without my free will, without my knowledge, drugged up, completely pumped with drugs, forcing me to have sexual relations with adult men. She forced me to have sexual relations with male classmates that I personally did not consent to. She did not ask me for my permission to engage in sexual contact with any of these people. And she intentionally, knowing that I identified as a lesbian woman, she intentionally forced me to have sexual intercourse with men that I never gave consent to having these relations with. She intentionally put me in these situations as a hate crime towards me because of my identity. And And at first, she played the victim. And a lot of people bought into it. And to be honest with you, because I've known her for pretty much all my life, well, I thought I knew her all my life. Now that I'm starting to get to know the real her, I understand how manipulative she was. And I personally understand why a lot of people believed her at first. Whatever lies that she spoke about me, trying to assassinate my character, trying to frame me for crimes that I had nothing to do with and I did not commit at all. She tried to frame me for these crimes. She tried to make it seem like I was somebody that I was not. She put in a daily effort every single day of my life to switch identities with me, to make it seem like I'm this bad person that she really is on the inside. And she portrayed to be my attributes. Whatever attributes I had, whatever good characteristics that I had, she emulated those. And she did this intentionally to assassinate my character, to isolate me from any healthy support, any healthy friends, or any healthy family members that I had. She put in a daily effort all my life to destroy those connections. And she did this intentionally to make me out to look like the bad person in this situation. So the reason why she drugged me and forced me to have sexual relations with people that I never consented to was because of her hypocrisy. So let me get into her hypocrisy for a minute. She identifies as a transgender woman. That's what she chooses to identify as. I never gave her a hard time about that. I never had a problem with her identifying as such. What I did have a problem with was her pretending like she didn't know me, pretending like she wasn't a family member, and allowing an inappropriate incestual relationship to happen between the both of us when she knew who she was. She knew how she was related to me. So that was the first part that I didn't agree with. The second part that I didn't agree with was that she pretended to be a woman, knowing my sexual identity, knowing my sexual preference, and going along with it, and creating this false illusion and this fake life and this double life that she created for me and her. So what do I mean by this? Well, aside from the fact that she has drugged me and forced me to have relations with other people, she has also sexually assaulted me on her own. She did this, I'm not really sure her reasons, aside from the fact that she has a history of doing this. But she assaulted me and forced me to have her child. And this, I want to say this happened when I was 17 years old. When I was in high school, that was when I had my first child. I was 17 years old, and I gave birth to a son that I never got to have a relationship with. I never even knew that he existed because, like I said, during this process, I was drugged. So I have very little memory of all the details that happened, but some of the memories that I do have is that I was forced to have a child at 17. She sexually assaulted, she drugged me, sexually assaulted me. She intentionally got me pregnant. And then I had a child at 17 and I gave birth to him. And as soon as I gave birth to him, he was taken away from me, and I never even got to know him. I never got to give him a name. I never got to sign the birth certificate. He was just taken from me, and that was it. And best believe she did get child support from me. I never even got to have a relationship with my son, and he's a product, unfortunately, of incest and rape. And I never got to have a relationship with him. But she was very sure to collect child support from me and suck me dry of all my funds to where I didn't have access to any of my money, even though she had been trafficking me for about 20 or plus years. And there's more to the story, but I'll get more into it in the next video. Peace.